Today, back to working on my 8-foot long light. And so I have since printed 3 more brackets. So now I have a total of 4. So those would be nice. I did figure out one thing though, these end caps, the edge here, when I put it on the end, is actually going to push the molding away from the wall, and I don't think I want that, so I'm going to have to remove that or take the design, redesign it, cut it, and reprint it. And I'm like, I don't want to waste the time. I think I can cut it faster now. I thought about using a pair of wire cutters and just snip it away, but it would probably end up, you know, crushing it, you know, if I were to nibble it away. And I thought, well, I got a band sander, but that, again, I'm not sure what would happen with this melt, and would it gum up my band sander again. But I have another option. It's something from when I did when I was doing metalsmithing. The Toledo Museum of Art has metalsmithing courses and classes and stuff like that. So I had picked up some supplies to work on that stuff, and one of the things was a jeweler's saw. It's pretty much a coping saw, but with a much finer blade. See, the blade there is really fine. Now, you see I can slide easily, but there's a very, very fine. So I'm hoping this won't gum up and I can just cut through it. So this is I think they're called bench pens, but I'm not sure. If you're a metalsmith or someone who makes jewelry and you have the whole setup, you'll have a bench, and your bench will have a place where you can put a device like this and put it mounts like that. But since I don't have all that, more inexpensive way to do that is to actually buy one of these, which is I think I've seen online between $7 and $10. I think it was less when I bought it. That was many, many years ago. Now, what you can do, and I'll move the I'm doing is just mounting this onto the edge of the So what I plan on doing is just, I have to remember which end to take off, so I need one end on each. So I'm going to, just to make sure that I don't forget, I'm going to mark the ends take off. So I have 2 ends that have their correct part. So now I have a visual reminder. Now I should be able to take my saw and cut it. So what's nice about these is you can make a very fine drill hole, feed this through, reclamp it, and then cut out very, very intricate pieces. You can actually get some blades that will go in any direction, so they're spiral, and but you know, this is pretty fine, much finer than what I need right now. So basically this, you just hold it in place, hold your piece in place, get it started, and in theory I should just be able to cut right through it. And voila. Let's create enough heat to, dang. There we go. Pop that off. It's not perfect, but I think with an X-Acto knife I'll be able to clean that up. And it'll look fine with it against the wall. So there's one down. Using my fingernail to guide it. Just hold that in place. You don't have to worry as much about, you know, like a scroll saw or something like that. Accidentally cut your fingertips, because there's immediate feedback. You feel pain, you stop cutting. So, man, must be heated up just enough to melt it back together again. There we go. So, come on. Now, nice thing about this X-Acto knife is, I believe it is, yeah, it is X-Acto. Not sure if they even make this anymore, but it's got this pop here. You just pull out your old blade. And I'm putting a new blade on because I want to be able to put the tape, the reflective tape on. So I found my blades. These are not all blades. Some of these are actually parts from using airplane clips. But grab a new blade. And wrap it in place. Protecting thing. So what I need to do now is take my duct tape, duct brand. It's reflective. So I want it to be able to reflect light off instead of having the wood texture. I could probably paint it white and maybe get something similar, but I figured every little bit helps. So stick it on the molding, and then I'm going to take an X-Acto knife and cut. Here's my cordless drill. And got small projects and stuff like that. It's just nice. This size hole should be more than plenty. So I'll go ahead and chuck this. It's got a nice little holder here. You can keep your bits there. I'm going to drill a hole into my let's put a hole right about there. And hopefully it won't go far while I'm doing this. Did that split it? Yeah, it split it. That's okay. So I already laid down one piece. I forgot to turn the camera on. So what I did is I took my duct brand tape and cut off a strip, put it on, cut it with the X-Acto knife. So I took that, what was left of that strip, put it down. Now it becomes the second strip. And I'll just do this working all the way down. So I just run the this really pressed on there. Not sure how long this will stay, but then I'll just work my way down. Don't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect, just butt up against it relatively close. And, and the blade along the molding. Now this piece will be too short, so we're done with that. And then I'll just work my way down. So I got the, I unrolled my strip lights, and luckily I didn't measure this ahead of time, but you can only cut LED lights like this far apart, or this far apart. So I got lucky. I'm really close to, you know, starting here at this end, and the other end is very close to being toward the same distance from the end. So I got lucky in that aspect. But you know, you have to work with what you got. So just to show you, I haven't stuck it down yet. It has adhesive backing, so I'll do that later. But I just wanted to show what it does. So it'll look like that. But then, so this part will be against the wall and shoot up toward the ceiling, and hopefully be a nice reflective light. It will be, so yeah, it will be indirect, but, and then to line it out and everything, because it wants to unfurl, I actually took bag clips. They're not as strong as the regular clips, so I don't really need to crush it. I just need to hold it in place. So what I did is I went through, and after I got it all the LEDs on, all the LED strips, all the strips put in, I went through and I hit it with a pencil eraser and pressed in between each of the LEDs. So hopefully that'll stick. Power adapter, going to be using this one, 12 volt, 2 amp. Of course I'm only using half of this. I'm not even sure if I need 2 amp, 1 amp, but for now that's what I'm using. Here's another one of these, which when I run the wire down, I'm going to go ahead and attach this at the end so I have a connector. So I should be able to run 12 volt out and into here. A little heat shrink tubing after I get those soldered together, the wire anyway, and then I'll be able to disconnect it. And I still have about 7 feet, a couple meters of, a little over 2 meters of LEDs. So that'll go in my pack of other things I can do to make a different light fixture. My stuff, and I found out that I did have a 1 amp power supply, and I hooked the power. I was powering this earlier using my bench power supply, and it was only drawing 0.6 amps. So I figured, hey, why don't I swap out the 2 amp one for a 1 amp power supply? That's right here. Probably can see it, but it's right there. Then I also have these things here. These are nice because you can put them in line of your light, and it's just a switch. So makes it nice. I use one for my little 12 volt fan here because I use a power supply on that. So basically, bam, it lights up. I got it all wired. I used try to keep less conspicuous. I gotta probably wrap this with white or something, but this is the wire that's going to hang down the wall for now, unless I get ambitious and want to actually drill a hole in the wall, or 2 holes in the wall and run it down, and obviously, but since I got wires everywhere anyway, it's just going to look part of the design. And so I did hot glue right there to hold this part in so that the wire doesn't push or try to take it off. So yeah, I did decide probably going to put these. I probably don't need 4 to hold it up. Probably only need 2 really. 1 would possibly hold it up, but 2. But I want 4 because since this is so flimsy, I want to keep it straight. So I decided I'm going to probably put this 6 inches off the end, each end, and then 1 foot apart from center, or 1 foot off center. So it'd be 2 feet apart in the center. And so I think that should be enough to hold everything straight. Catch you later. So just to give you an idea of what I'm trying to do and see what it is, this isn't what it's going to end, but I found I could balance it on top of a speaker. So this is what I have right now, and that lights up that part of the room. I'm not sure how this video is going to come out, but I want it more, I don't know about more light, but I want the light more spread out. So let me go switch this off and switch on the other one. So this spreads out the light. So it's a cooler light. It's a whiter light, I guess, as opposed to that other one is a soft white. But this I think gives brightens up the room a lot more. So all I have to do now is it's going to be up a little higher on the wall, and I think it turned out pretty nice. Well, not yet, 'cause it's not finished, but that's basically what I'm aiming for, just to give you an idea.